over to Las Cruces, New Mexico to boondock officially for the very first time. We did do like a dry camping experience, but it was at like an Army Corps of Engineering type park. So while we didn't have any hookups, we didn't have water or anything like that, we saw like a site, a level spot. So I feel like it's going to be a little bit different this time, boondocking on actual BLM land. Those familiar with RVing probably know how hectic driving days can be, from cleaning everything up inside to making sure everything is strapped and secured to avoid anything getting loose on the bumpy roads. So we typically start by working and getting everything prepped inside before we head outside. And, that includes making our coffee and getting ourselves ready for the day. Once everything is ready inside, we'll move outside and get everything prepped there. That typically includes getting all of our water stored back inside. That is if we have a water connection. Draining our water softener, which really helps with the hard water, especially out here on the west. Once we have all of our water equipment put and stored away, then we will typically check our slides. So often people with RVs have slide toppers, which kind of help prevents any debris going on top of your slides. So when you're putting them back in and out, you're not messing up the seals. Being out in the desert, we haven't really had many issues with any debris up there. That's typically more when we were in the Northeast and more in wooded areas. Once everything is secured and put away, we will hitch up and then perform a pull test to make sure our brakes are working, and off we go. The drive itself shouldn't be too long, but unfortunately we had 2 mishaps happen already. I guess that's just always the case with RV life, but the first thing was that I guess we killed our air compressor or something. We were filling up air with our tires, and the last 2 RV tires we couldn't get, so hoping to find air at some point. And then as we went to go dump all of our tanks at the dump station on our way out of the campground, we did our first black and gray tanks and then switched over to our kitchen gray tank just to find that the valve is missing. So that kind of perplexed us. We did have like 38 miles per hour winds last night, so we don't know if it's like a wind situation or on the drive to that campground. Maybe it was bumpy and it got dislodged, but yeah, we'll be starting the boondocking experience off with a full kitchen gray tank. The drive from Roswell to Las Cruces, New Mexico was absolutely stunning. You definitely don't get these views at the gas stations in New Jersey. We use open roads when we go to the truck lanes to get discounts on diesel, so I definitely recommend checking that out if you are also RVing. We were lucky to beat the sun. I feel like sometimes there's nothing worse than to arrive at your campground when it's dark out, especially as we're new to boondocking. We wanted to make sure we had good visibility, and it was just amazing to have this view. It's the first morning of our boondocking week here in Las Cruces. We've got most of our devices charging up on our Bluetti, which is at 94%, and I plan to charge that out with the solar panels once everything is charged up, so we can bring that back to 100, and our house battery is currently at 83. We have 800 watts of solar on our roof that powers our lithium battery, which was at 91% on our first day. It's pretty cool. With the app, you can see the actual percentage, and with the Renogy app, we can also see how much wattage we're getting from the sun. So it was cloudy, but we were still getting some there. I also opted to get a solar generator instead of a regular generator because I like the idea of the sustainability behind it, but also because it is extremely quiet and makes no noise, to respect other boondockers. We also wanted to tackle what was wrong with our air compressor quickly, and we figured out that it was just a blown fuse. So it was an easy fix, just replacing it with a new fuse and using that plastic fuse puller, and it was all fixed. We had a beautiful rainbow that night, and we even made some black bean brownies. I think one of the coolest things about boondocking here is the prehistoric trackways walk that is right by the campground. In fact, from the hike, you can even see where we're parked with our RV. The views are just spectacular, and we took a drive and did our very first off-roading experience at the Donna Ana Arch Trail. Stay tuned because unfortunately we ended up getting a really bad tire leak from what we assume is probably from this off-roading experience, and ended up having to get a whole new tire because of it. But honestly, the hike and the view was absolutely worth it.
Good morning, everybody. There's Lisa. So it is day 5 of us boondocking in Las Cruces.
So we've got some charging to do. Our Bluetti, our solar generator, is only at 14%. We haven't been setting it outside. We've only done it once this whole time, so it's actually pretty amazing that we're already on day 5 and only charged our solar generator once. And I think we're at like 84% with our house batteries, and they'll get charged in like no time.
Yeah, and thank God we got out of Roswell when we did, because we just saw they got an insane rainstorm. So the universe was definitely watching out for us there. We've definitely had some rain and wind. A couple nights ago, there were wind gusts up to 35 to 40, so we actually put our slide outs in just to be safe. Didn't want to get stuck out here with those not working. But everything's back to normal now, and things are good, right?
Yeah, no, definitely. Today is Monday. We got here on Wednesday, and on Friday we were actually calling our RV warranty company to try to see if they could help us out with the issue we were having with our gray tank valve that went missing. Unfortunately, our warranty does not cover that. I guess that makes sense. We were able to find an awesome tech. He came out first thing Saturday morning and not only fixed our gray tank valve, but we have been having issues with our propane water heater, and we are just smelling hella propane.
It's kind of scary.
Yeah, so he was able to take a look at that, fix that right away, and even strap down our lithium battery, so that's all a little bit more secure when we're driving in on the go. So Saturday felt good to kind of get all those things taken care of, do laundry for the first time in 1 month.
Yep, that's right.
And get some groceries before we leave on Wednesday. But yeah, even our water, we're still 2/3 full there. So like, I feel like we could be boondocking even longer than a week if we wanted to.
I might actually take a shower. We'll see.
Oh God.
But the other thing, circling back to the gray tank valve, we haven't emptied our gray tank, our kitchen gray tank, in how long now?
We're almost at 2 weeks on this Wednesday.
And we've been trying to obviously not use our kitchen sink too much.
Yeah.
In a couple days, we'll make sure we clear those tanks out. Because we'll also be boondocking there as well. Anything else you want to add?
I think that's all for now.
All right, toodaloo.
We typically like to get a walk in every day, and having that ridgeline trailhead right there as a part of the prehistoric trackways is awesome. And there's actually a bunch of fossils that you get to see on the way. The trackways contain footprints of amphibians, reptiles, and insects, as well as plants and petrified wood dating back 280 million years, which is pretty sick. We are officially leaving Las Cruces, New Mexico to make it to Arizona. It has been a crazy day. It's 4:30 already, and we wanted to leave, I feel like, by 11 or noon the latest, but turns out we had a leak in our tire. So Will left at 9 to go get that fixed. Turns out it wasn't just a regular leak, and we needed to get a whole new tire. So that was the first thing, and then when he finally got back, we continued hitching up and getting ready, only to find that one of our front jacks wasn't working, and to get hitched up we need that to be working, so had to call another tech to come back and help us out there. So yeah, like that took us until about 3 p.m. and now it's 4:30, and it took us a while. It was our very first time going to a Love's gas station to use a dump station. So it took us a hot minute to even find where that is, but we're excited to be on the road. Everything is fixed, and we're excited for our next adventure. So stay tuned to see what that's all about.